News about a rising sport, a tough match for baseball,
a duo pushing the track team, and the advancement of girls basketball.
All that and more on this episode of The Surge. I'm Lauren Taylor.
And I'm Chase Gordon. And strap in because your February Surge starts now.
Well, Chase, why don't we start with a sport that's beginning to grow? Do you want to guess what it is?
You must be talking about the boys weightlifting team.
Of course I am. It started 4 years ago at UCS, and it's really taking off this year.
Well, I know a little bit about that. Let's see what it's all about in Addie's report.
With only 4 years in the making, boys weightlifting is a rising sport at ECS and is starting to see some potential and growth.
Boys weightlifting is a growing high school sport, especially at ECS, that focuses on strength, discipline, and technique. The boys are judged on how much weight they can successfully lift in events such as the bench press, clean and jerk, and snatch. Each athlete gets 3 attempts, and their lifts are combined at the end for a final score. To make it more of a fair game, the boys compete in different weight classes. While strength is important, proper form and safety is just as critical. The Sentinels were very successful in their meet, with multiple people getting new PRs.
Yeah, so we'll usually get 10 minutes to warm up before our first lift. We'll warm up for our snatch. When that's done, we get 10 minutes before the clean. Same thing with the bench. Get 10 minutes before you warm up and you lift. You get 3 attempts for each lift.
To be honest, we started 4 years ago. I got validation that we did start 4 years ago. We had 5 guys. Now we're around 15 to 17 guys, and I think just the energy the guys bring and other students see that and see how fun the guys are having and the camaraderie, the team building that we have here. And I think that's really drawing a lot of students to the boys weightlifting team.
The boys will continue to practice and get stronger in time for states. Hard work gets results. For ECSN, I'm Madison Kelly.
Great report, Addie. I'm glad to see the start of a new sports era here at ECS.
I'm so excited to see how the team will push the states again this year.
Well, one team has already been fighting its way towards states.
Yep, girls basketball has been battling it out against tough competition all month, and they even faced a challenging game in the regional semis.
Yeah, it was a real close one. Let's check out your story from that night.
Our 22-4 ECS Sentinels face the 13-12 FBA Lions tonight here with everything on the line. There are only 4 more games, and from here on out, it's win or stay home. This is just one more step on their path to the championship. The game started out with the Sentinels quickly taking the lead, staying ahead for most of the first half by more than 10. But the Lions started pushing back. The Sentinels were able to hold them off till the end of the first half, going to the locker with a 10-point lead.
Today we got in their head a little bit, but then they always bounce back. They showed us that everybody's going to fight for their last game, of course.
But the Sentinels started struggling in the third quarter, and although the defense fought hard in the fourth, the Lions pulled within 1 point, threatening to tie the game instead of overtime.
I thought we were handling them. I thought we were dominating the game, and then we went through a little spell that it was not good at all, right?
Fortunately, the Sentinels managed to keep their heads up and widen the gap with Sanaa Smith's free throw, giving them the 41-39 victory.
FBA is a great team. We played them like 4 times already. It was hard. It was difficult. Like, we know them, they know us, so it was just like basically just 2 best friends going at it, basically.
We talked to each other, we got back in it, and we pushed through, and we used our anger towards the game. We let them get their runs in, and at the end it was a pretty close game, but we put through.
Sometimes the game is ebbs and flows. You have to survive, and they're a good team. I mean, they played us 4 times. It's hard to beat a team 4 times. I'm thankful that God allowed us to win this game. Man, going on to the next round, we're so happy.
With another victory in the bag, the Sentinels keep pushing forward on their way to the championship, and hopefully to Jacksonville for states. For ECSN, this is Chase Gordon.
Wow, that night came so close to going the other way. Nice story, Chase.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. It's good to see that the girls keep rising to the challenge, as they have the opportunity to go and win states again.
Yep, and we have more on that later, but for now, there's another group that's rising to the challenge.
More notably, a duo that's been changing the track team for just a little bit now, but they have big impacts.
Yep, let's check out that report by Cooper.
Freshmen usually don't make waves at varsity track meets, but today, these twins are racing side by side and pushing the rest of the team to go faster.
Meet Ben and Hallie Moss. They are freshman twins that play an important role on the ECS varsity track team.
Hallie is always a go-getter. Ben's a little more serious and a little more like closed off, so it really helps the team having both of them. Like Hallie keeps the girls' spirits up and Ben drives the guys to be better.
Although they lead their track teammates, it can still be hard to compete against older runners who have had more time to work on their techniques.
Try not to think about like age and all that, just work with them as a competitor.
Though these freshmen have stepped up to the plate, junior David Michael Palma has shown that leadership is essential in track.
I have to be a leader now on the team. I'm the only junior, male junior, and there's only one male senior. It's not like freshman year, we had Kenzie, we had Zai, we had all those other people, going to states and doing this. And then last year, we had, all the other seniors. It's just this season definitely got to be more of a leader. It's definitely doing this more solo dolo.
While the season has recently started, that doesn't mean that it's time to slack.
So right now, we're just in our technique phase, conditioning phase, trying to make sure we're getting all our explosiveness down, to make sure we're getting everything right.
With so much potential in years ahead, this duo is just getting started. While the rest of the varsity team will watch every step of the way. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Cooper Efe.
Nice story, Cooper. It's great to see the twins rise to the challenge.
And it's also great to see how they're pushing the entire team.
Another team that has some beneficial pushing is the baseball team.
Baseball has been dominating lately with an almost perfect winning streak, but sometimes there can be some challenges.
And one challenge came with facing CSN a little while back. Let's see that report by Andrew.
Well, we were 6-0 coming into tonight and felt really good. We were playing really good baseball. We were, we were throwing the ball well, playing really good defense. We were being really opportunistic on offense. Tonight, it's 2-1 game going into the seventh inning. So that game's well within the grasp, and it kind of just snowballed on us a little bit. We had a tough call at first base, and then we just had a couple opportunities to make plays at third. We just didn't quite make them, and it just kind of snowballed.
Momentum was good. But sometimes when we make mistakes and we don't capitalize, it kind of snowballs. But we just got to try to, throughout the season, try to fight back from that, get better. I struggled to find the strike zone. The other team, they have some great hitters. They're a great baseball team. At the end of the day, just got to be better. We'll be good.
You hate to say this, but sometimes it's okay to lose. It's okay to lose to kind of get that in the back of the players' minds. When you just continue to win and win and win, you get complacent. We don't want to be complacent. This was perfect. This gives us an opportunity to be able to bounce back. We have a great young group of kids. I'm really looking forward to what we can do this year. There's a new energy with ECS baseball. But this team is really exciting for me. Really young, lots of energy, and they like to have fun.
Great report, Andrew. It's sometimes okay to have a little bit of a learning curve.
And I'm sure that they'll make a comeback soon.
Speaking of comeback, softball is getting back to it in hopes of winning states.
They're fighting hard, but the other teams are starting to notice the challenge that they present.
Let's take a look at one of their recent games through a report by Robert.
Girls softball has been doing well this season, and especially in this particular game. However, the game didn't all go to plan. The beginning of the first inning was relatively rough, letting the other team score 5 runs.
Well, one factor would be the cold because, I don't know, the ball was just kind of slipping and we just kind of had errors on errors, but after that we figured it out.
And the girls definitely figured it out, scoring 10 runs by the end of the first inning and not letting any more runs for the opposing team until the 4th inning. There were also other problems the girls faced, having lost some valuable players since the beginning of the season.
We're just having to figure a few things out as far as, positions, and we're moving kids around. The good thing is we have really good athletes that are willing to, change positions, that can move around, and we're just going to keep tinkering with it until we find it the way we like it.
But again, the girls still powered through. They scored 2 more runs by the end of the 3rd inning, and only letting the other team score 1 run in the 4th inning, and their last one in the 5th. In the same 5th inning, the girls scored 5 more runs, mercy ruling Oasis for a final score of 17-7.
As you can see, the girls did fantastic, even if their roster has changed a little bit. Hopefully this season continues like this. For ECSN, I'm Robert Large.
Great story, Robert.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that they still got it. To circle back around, there's another team that's been fighting to prove that they still got it.
The girls basketball team just played Newman a little while back to see if they could win regionals and get back to states for 3 years in a row.
So far, it's the most exciting game of all year. Let's check on that report by Lauren.
The Roads of Jacksonville made one last stop at ECS tonight. The Lady Sentinels are taking on St. John Newman for the second time this season, and they're looking to make their 4th appearance at state. This game has it all on the line.
From the opening tip, ECS controlled the pace. Defensive pressure forced early mistakes, and efficient ball movement turned stops into points. By halftime, the Sentinels had created separation between them and the Celtics. They maintained up to a 20-point lead throughout the third quarter, continuing to dominate on both ends of the floor. In the fourth quarter, they stepped it up and beat the Celtics by over double, a 69-31 victory, securing their return to states. But before the final buzzer, the coaches let all of the seniors play and had the seniors do a walk-off for their last home game. Final moment on their home court, one earned through 4 years of work. The difference from last week's tight win to this dominant performance was clear.
Our kids were hungry today. We played a little better. We hadn't played that team 4 times in a row. We played First Baptist. They were kind of familiar with us. We got out and ran them, and we really looked like ECS basketball. I'm very proud of our kids for the way they played tonight.
Through that leadership and energy, the young team has found its rhythm.
It just makes it better, to be honest, because longer runs and everything else.
And with the seniors stepping up, every moment on the home court felt meaningful.
It made me play, I guess, a little harder. It's like, this is my last time being in this building, and I'm gonna cry. And I'm very thankful for that, and I just wanted to put all my energy out there and give God the glory at the end of the day, because I'm very grateful to be at ECS at the end of the day, because I don't think this was my path to begin with, but God made it happen.
The Lady Sentinels have made it to states once again. With a resounding victory over St. John Newman, the Sentinels have high hopes for the state games. For ECSN, this is Lauren Taylor.
Nice report, Lauren.
Thank you, Chase. And the basketball team heads out the first week of March to compete in states.
Well, I'm stoked to see what's ahead. But that concludes this episode of The Surge.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you next month for our next show.
Yep, but until then, have a great one, Sense.